Who could have guessed that buying fair trade tea for Christmas presents would lead to a trip to India?
That was a huge life-altering experience, and I think a lot of it had to do with being a mother and taking my then 9-year-old child. To see a completely different reality.
For most 9-year-olds in the Comox Valley, dreams may include playing soccer or finishing a treehouse. But for Onyx, what made him decide to go halfway around the world and help kids in India?
I was there, I saw a lot of tea gardens, and they were using pesticides and the mothers had their kids on their backs, and they were picking the tea leaves. And while I was there, I also worked on building schools for the kids there and building gardens.
Leanne Vaughn ended up being on the board for Fertile Ground, the importer of fair trade tea, and took her 9-year-old son to some of the meetings. Onyx was quite surprised to see photos of the children his own age working in the tea plantations with their mothers and not in school.
They didn't have much where my room is extremely messy and I have tons of junk in it, really, so they don't have much at all and we have tons, and that kind of made me aware of how much our cultures are so different.
I had been working with Fertile Ground for a little while, and Onyx had known about some of the work that I'd been doing, and he'd seen some of the pictures. He decided that he wanted to get involved at some level, and over a course of time, he and 3 other children from the valley here started what they called the Kids to Kids project. They had been collecting money through a variety of ways, collecting bottles through their schools to try to help support the kids of a lot of the families that work in the tea plantations.
And having Onyx and his mom come with us a couple of years ago was a really wonderful experience, not only for Onyx, but for the children there, to be able to see that, in fact, Onyx works in the soil with his hands and he knows how to make compost, and farming is actually something that people in the West are passionate about.
Last year, students in the Comox Valley raised money to purchase desks, school supplies, and water filters for small village schools located in an area where many families have been displaced by flooding.
I like the animals that they have there and the plants. I mean, I like bananas and going out on long hikes through rolling hills.
So whether you're a university student who's interested in coming as part of your school curriculum, or you're someone who's retired and wanting to have a working holiday, Fertile Ground has really been pleased to be able to provide an opportunity for the people in Assam to get to know who we are, for us to get to know more about them, and for us to share our love of caring for the environment, producing good food, and enjoying learning something about people from the other side of the world.
If you'd like to support the Kids to Kids project or find out how you can volunteer, go to the website. From the Comox Valley, this is Judy Murakami.